Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody, let's take a look again on the gold market. So as you can see, gold is following the same tendency on the forex market, but I suspect that the major reasons here differ. So I suspect that it mostly relates to recent providing of the documents concerning the Joe Biden family possible corruption. It's actually, this was widely announced in the media, as you know, and the FBI, as you know, have agreed to provide to Congress the secret documents, where there's some proofs, as congressmen and senators suggest, could be contained. And just brief analysis of these documents have raised significant resonance in media yesterday. So it seems that indeed that might be a big turning point in the domestic political game inside of the United States. And it comes in most wrong moments for the Democrats. It's just because the starting of the new campaign is very soon, and right at the eve of this campaign, this document is coming on surface. So this is not, of course, good turn in the political situation. That significantly increases risk. So now speeches again about the possible about the possible impeachment have appeared. And that makes investors nervous. So investors currently have a lot of other reasons to be nervous. So it's just recent debt saga, possible default. Currently is really tricky United States Treasury activity. Investors are still gambling on what direction, how Fed will accumulate funds, what tools it will use, whether it will reverse the repurchase agreements, whether it will use bank deposits, or just as usual, they will, maybe Fed will just print the money and buy all the new issues. So what will happen next step of the tightening? What will happen on the Fed policy? So a lot of reasons for investors to be nervous and be in tension. And of course, when every time when the news released and some internal factor acts, investors just under this pressure reacts. Sometimes maybe show the overreaction or something of that sort. So yesterday, formal reason was the initial claims. They were really high. Yes, they have jumped, but they are rising constantly within the recent 6-8 months. We are watching every time for continuous climbs in our reports. And for a long time, I haven't seen such kind of the reaction on initial claims. This is weekly indicator. It's very volatile and it's very rare it triggers any reaction. But formally, it was used for the rising bets against the United States, the dollar at the eve of the Fed meeting. But the question raises how reliable indeed these new bets against the dollar, how durable they are. So whether they will long last or it will be reversed in just on the next session, it's also possible. That's why I'm still not sure concerning strong rally in the gold market in the nearest time. I think that the United States Treasury policy will still have the dominant factor on the markets, and it will keep significant demand for United States dollar if even Fed will take the pause. That might provide some short-term reaction, but demand for the dollar still exists, and gold remains under pressure for a few months, I suppose, as well as other currencies. And I treat the current pullbacks mostly as short-term reaction. If even we get some stronger upside continuation, some kind of the A, B, C, even XOP around to the 2000 area, 2020, so we get this pullback. It still will be short-term. Meantime, right now, what we have from the market, trend has turned bullish. We have nicely looking bullish engulfing. And currently, of course, we can't speak about taking the short position on intraday charts. So we need to see the clarity of this pattern. Particularly speaking, bears have to get clear signs that this pattern is failing. Only in this case, you could think about taking the new short position, or wait when the target will be completed. Supposedly, it should be some kind of the A, B, C pattern. At the same time, on the gold market, the picture significantly different compares to euro. So if on euro currency this downside butterfly had been erased and market already started forming the upside butterfly, on the gold performance is different, it stands different. So take a look, XOP is still valid. Pullback was so significant, but it hasn't broken the butterfly shape. So as we said, if you remember, we discussed that if market will show some ABCD pattern, it not necessarily means that the butterfly will be destroyed. So market simultaneously could complete the ABCD pattern here and just make the different shape of the butterfly wing, but potentially butterfly could remain valid. So this pattern is not erased. That's why currently we will be watching for this engulfing, and as you could recognize the hand and shoulders. Once it will be completed, or maybe it will fail, we'll return back to idea of this butterfly, if it will remain well at this moment. So today let's keep watching what will happen with this performance. We have engulfing, significant upward action. Now we see the pullback. Potentially you could recognize here the shape of the hand shoulders. From that standpoint, vital area for the bulls with this scenario stands between 1951 1955. So if market remains valid and keep bullish context, it has to turn up right from this area. It should not be broken down. If market will break it down and especially start erasing recent rally, taking out with these lows, it means that, well, this pattern has failed, and be prepared for downside breakout taking out with these lows. So that's a particular scenario that bears could keep an eye on. But for now, bulls stands in play, and now we could keep watching for this level and watching for chances for taking the long position with the possible later A, B, C bottom, some D pattern to the upside. That should happen if everything goes well and is engulfing on the daily chart and hand shoulders here will work properly. So these 2 moments to watch.